high in keys.
That's fine, because we're the damage.
I don't think I do a whole lot of damage anymore either, though, because it's just so much healing now is required.
You bring PI though. That's a lot of damage on its own.
True.
And when you had what was that? What was the bell thing called in Shadowlands Season 3?
Oh, Boon of the Ascent.
Yeah.
Wish we still had that.
Ooh, I got some multi-craft rocks.
There is an issue with taking this.
Man, we're gonna have to fix this mic issue with you,
No
bud,
kidding.
or anything.
This is
Yeah.
so bad.
It's somehow progressively getting worse. Like, I used to be able to hear you okay, and now between the last time you talked and this time is just mumbled
You
garbage.
just scream.
How close is the mic to your face?
Half an inch.
Okay, do this.
Half an inch? Oh my god!
It is directly in front of me.
All right, do this. Hold down your mic to talk button, right, and tap your mic. We're gonna confirm you have the right mic. I don't think it's the right mic. I
That's
don't
not
hear
the right
anything.
mic.
You're queuing, but there's no sound.
All right,
I don't know if it's the right mic.
check your Discord settings. Make sure Discord is set to use the right mic, because it can be different for Discord and Windows. And if you're tapping that right now when you were queuing, we weren't hearing it.
He's about to fix it and then just blow out all of our ears.
I know.
I don't think so. I just switched it to the other mic input.
All right, you sound better.
That's a little better, yeah.
Okay, this is. I must have, when I switched it to show you guys the laptop one, kept it on that one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
A little better.
Because
It's so
now-
quiet.
Yeah, I can hear you fine again. Like, this is where you were before, where I was like, oh, I can hear him okay. And I could hear like your breath on your mic when you're talking, so it's obviously the right mic there.
I should just go out and buy a better headset.
What headset did you get?
Some cheap one.
Yeah, in my opinion, headsets are one of those things where like you pay more and it will last you a lot longer.
Yeah, well, the last one I had lasted me like 8 years. And
Why
then
did you get that one again?
I wanted to. They were sold out. And then I was just like, well, fuck, I need something in the meantime. So I got this $20 pair.
Do you have a pair of headphones that have like a 3.5 input on them to just like so you can use any 3.5 cable with them?
I don't know what the words you just said.
I'll send you the link to what I'm talking about on Amazon. But there you can get just like boom mics that plug into your headphones and then plug into your PC, and they're like $25 on Amazon, maybe a little more for Canada. But I have one and they work
$100.
great.
I just want to go get another pair of the last type I had, but when I went out to go get them, they were sold out at the location of that, and I just wanted to get something at that point. So I'm gonna get another pair again. I know.
Gotta just prime something to your door in 12 hours.
No, I refuse.
Give Bezos that money.
Oh, I can't help it. When I'm like, I need this very niche crochet thing, and they're like, yeah, if you order now, we'll get it to you in tomorrow morning. I'm like, yes.
I could go back to the old headset that you guys complained that it's really fuzzy or some shit. I don't know. I couldn't hear it.
Michael's
okay for
sold
me.
out. Walmart sold out. Bezos, ooh, he's got it.
You
He'll give it
don't
to me
want to
tomorrow.
like him, but you do. I've always
Other places gonna charge me $15 shipping.
Yeah, I've always been of the mindset that I'm not going to inconvenience myself to like express a moral opinion.
There's no shit. Was like no conscious consumption under capitalism or something like that.
Eh.
You can't change systematic
other
problems
thing
with
is,
individual actions. So
5,
I live downtown
4,
on Main Street.
3,
Like my shit's gonna
2,
get stolen.
1.
Hell yeah, brother.
Everybody pre-pot?
So what's my best bet for? Should I pull the far pack first?
Should we do all 6 slashers with the...
If you can live it, you pull the entire room.
These
All right, let's see if I can live it.
not of my blood as a threat.
Soulstone on
Their
turret?
gaze pierces all.
Uh-huh.
If they see you, all nearby creatures will awaken to urge you from the vault.
Extra help with the Fury.
Just say we don't have.
I just need to find out where they are
5.
and when they're casting. Okay, I'm currently out. I'm out.
I got this one.
Out of things.
I had to. Yeah, I had to use mine on the cast.
Ooh, so clean.
The sad thing is I can't use Earth Ellie here because it will kill everybody.
How?
Because it'll change where they're
Because it
pointing.
changes where the frontal goes.
Yeah, but if you interrupt it every time. Thinking.
They do not understand the dangers within, nor the powers they meddle with.
Okay, Dark, here, what you want to do is everybody stand back here in the corner here. You aggro the tree at the very back, and the 2 lashers here, and they all will snap back to here without pulling anything else.
It's too late for that.
I can't stay back there, otherwise Tark's gonna die.
Still
I'm just gonna
pull
do
it
this
that
the regular way.
on the next one. It saves you from accidental pulling. Actually, everybody stand here. I will go aggro it. You two do your aggro.
This is gonna end well.
It's gonna end swimming.
Use the portal. Use the portal to get back. Explosives help. That's nice.
So now you don't have to worry about that tree accidentally aggroing going through these two.
That is nice.
Just let me know when you don't have anything.
With the pally and the right things, you just don't have to walk out of that circle. Actually, Tark, I don't think you have to walk out of that circle at all. You have that.
What does it
What's the
do?
ability that makes it so you don't have to move, or that you don't get moved.
Is it a knockback? Is that what it is?
I think that's all it is.
I normally run out of it just because it's. I instinctively feel like it's damage, but
All I
if
know
it's just a
is
knockback, then yeah.
All I know is that the pally, if you bless him with freedom, you don't have to get it.
I'm gonna sleep the next one. Never mind. Alright, easy. Nice job, guys.
Once, my
Alright, first
beloved
interrupt.
Malagos gifted me with arcane seeds.
Spread.
I planted them here. A little garden from him. It looks as though it has grown
I'm gonna
wild
stand
over the
star.
years. The elements answer to me!
Five, four, clear. Spread.
I've got first one, anyone? Oh, no, I don't. Never mind. I have next.
I'm gonna drink for the boss.
Clear. Five, four.
When Lust is available, mine will not be up.
I go. But we have 4 minutes.
I know, I'm just saying mine will be on cooldown when it comes.
Give us 3 seconds
Why would she do that?
so that I can puzzle box.
Dodge.
Ooh, 4.
Clear. AoE. Dodge. Clear. AoE.
Oh, sorry, he's moving all over the place because the slimes.
Dodge.
The elements answer to me!
Ooh,
Wonder, I'm gonna get these over here.
Clear. 5, 4,
clear. Oh, we got to clear.
2, 1.
Ah, sorry, I killed
It's
you.
okay.
Nah, it's Sandra's. We should have saw it earlier.
AoE.
It's okay. Better that than wiping to the thundering.
Yeah, he'll be dead. He'll be dead.
There is no sign of the sun's flame here. This way.
My bad. I saw the timer and everything. I was like, oh, I'll just wait till this next mechanic comes out and then I'll do it.
I love when I do that.
I think it's like every boss in this dungeon has a similar thing.
We're
You
pulling
do
these,
this-
right?
Yes.
You need to clear very aggressively.
There are 4 of these Furies, so we'll need help with stuns.
You guys do your stuns first, and then I'll do mine.
Avoid.
Do you have Fury? Oh.
I have another one.
I disoriented. Purgatory. Hold on to your butts.
I do have Earth Ellie, but I don't think it's a good idea.
I
No,
don't
I
think
gotta-
so.
I'm out.
8 seconds on.
Avoid. Dispel. Run.
5,
Okay.
3, 2,
Earth Ellie's out, but these are gonna go wherever.
I'm trying to taunt it back.
Uh-oh.
Dropping Earth Ellie.
Front.
It's okay. We're gonna save it.
Front.
Good job.
Dispel. Avoid.
I'll get the waking on X. Or not. It was a very
Yeah.
well timed cat.
Yeah.
I think he
calculate.
cheated. I think he has a hidden timer. Tells him when to come in.
It was the second time it went off too.
The timing was uncanny, dude.
You have discovered one of my books of
please,
translocation.
please, help me.
Since
I must
the majority
leave.
of the vault is flightless,
Okay.
Oh, I was
I've
getting.
incorporated a means of safe travel via these tomes.
Yeah. Okay.
August,
You know, in my
or-
defense, I am constantly told by warlocks, "Don't dispel me. Don't dispel me. Don't dispel me. I can
Who's
dispel
telling you
myself."
that?
Dance.
The
I
better
wonder.
warlocks that dispel themselves are the ones that tell them that.
Oh, the ones that are using the wrong pet. That's what they're doing. Okay, Zeph, you got icy binding.
Yeah.
Right, grab that one.
Cap totem going down.
Dance. Dance.
For these pulls, I finally realized not everything has to be interrupted. Like this big dude who, I don't know whatever the fuck he does, but you just have to like not
The
care
heavy
about
tomes.
whatever he's casting.
Yeah. He really doesn't do much, eh? Just big.
He just does this. the
Just this.
swirlies.
It's only dangerous if you get rooted, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So as long as I'm on icy bindings, we're good. You can do double here. It's harder though.
I have both my AOACCs up.
I got the waking Zeph just stealing all the crap.
It's mostly my stuns. I really wish when it does the calculator of like how many things you interrupted, it counted the stuns too. Because man, mine would shoot up.
It does in details, I think. Or sorry, in logs. Just not in details.
Dance.
He doesn't do add-ons.
No, I have details. I don't know what hog.
Logs.
Oh,
Or
wow.
craft logs.
Dispel. Front. Avoid.
Oop.
5,
Front.
4,
I'm currently like purgatory dying, so give me a sec to stabilize.
I'm not saying like right this second. When you feel comfortable.
Dispel.
Drop a totem.
Front.
Focus the low fury.
Dance.
Just kill one off for her.
Dance. Front.
Yeah, I'm gonna need help with these.
I got Guardian Spirit on you.
Front.
There is a big haste buff you can spell
Front.
steal.
Front.
I don't know what it is. So.
I purged it already.
Dance. Front. Dispel. Front.
I forget who it's on. Next time I see it,
The what order?
there's
Am I dispelling something that Xeno should be spell stealing?
3,
No, I'm
2,
purging.
Seems
something
likely.
that, should be stealthy.
I mean, it's fine either way because spell stealing does take my GCD, and especially in these AoE packs, it's hard to like keep mindful of stops, interrupts, spell steals, while also having to spam an ungodly amount of ice lances.
Also, you should be using like 90% of your mana to spell steal like something 5 times, right?
Yeah, it would. If it comes up very frequently, then it's harder for me to just spell steal it every time because I'll run out of mana.
No. Okay, right here. The construct just did it.
No.
It doesn't come up. They cast it once, I think.
No.
I don't see it on either one of them.
I don't think
Actually,
I don't think
It's
this
not
is
right.
it.
I already purged it.
Both of them? You have an AoE purge?
I think that's full of shit here.
No.
Is he capping?
He's
Purge
capping.
is not on cooldown.
It's on the global cooldown. Don't lie to me.
5,
Make sure we clear.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Drop and grab.
Tell me when our stops are done, and I'll use my stop next.
No.
Okay, see that shield that burns off?
No. I did not. On what mob?
Arcane Construct.
I don't have this wiki.
No.
Okay, doing one more pack after book.
No.
Yikes.
Is it on those constructs?
Okay, well, it's barely on them. Someone keeps purging
Dispel.
after
Front.
even I.
Avoid.
It's on the Crystal Fury.
Yeah.
Front. Front. Dispel. Front.
Oh, it's the Arcane Fury, huh?
Void.
I don't know if that's the haste one. Pretty sure the
Oh,
construct.
great. Now I'm just spell stealing shit that does nothing, huh?
I don't know what the one on the
You're freeing up Zeph's globals.
Fucking A, dude.
Hey, my
That's
glow
all you're
is
good
more
for
than
here.
Yours.
I'm finally gonna spell steal off on one of them. Oh, that one does nothing.
Oh, no, I don't know what that one does. No, these next dudes. Yeah, these next dudes, the Volkars, I think they also have a stealable spell.
I will pour over the text over this next week and learn
Great.
everything I can spell steal in Azure Vaults just for you, and I will never miss a
Right
spell
here.
steal in Azure Vault
They have it
again.
right now. You see it?
I'm so
Oh,
afraid.
these things, yes, these
It's a
things.
DR. It's a magic damage DR.
Ice
Oh
cutter hurts
yeah,
so much.
baby. Half my mana for that shit. Yoink. Nom, 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 nom.
So powerful. All for me.
Let's start chunking you, huh?
Ice cutter freaking hurts. You can outrange it, but you have to be so far.
Can we stop it? I'll try and stop it. I'm curious if I can.
I don't know if you can. I don't think you can stun these guys. Oh, maybe you can.
I can disorient him. Oh! He just used it. I didn't have anything.
I just have to kite and run while also doing enough damage to keep aggro.
Is
Not
it
a
the
problem.
vault guards?
Yeah.
Oh, there, yeah. I didn't-
Like all the
I didn't
dragons.
choose it.
Blue lieutenant does it too. And then I put a blue lieutenant. While we're here.
Be careful with this dude. He
5,
chumps things.
Beam.
Nah.
There goes Purgatory.
Nah.
Ow.
Oh no! Oh
Ran into
no!
something.
There goes Sark. Hmm.
Don't release.
Uh-oh.
I can. Onk.
Beam.
Guard.
The day I released, dude. You couldn't catch me releasing ever.
That's gonna release and just get eaten.
Ah. He escaped.
He released? Now he's just eating? He's getting his buffs up?
No.
He's
okay, so
re-oiling his weapon, checking his flash.
my regenerating and my ancestral spirit are both almost the exact same icon, and I put them right beside each other.
That's what I fucking loved it. That's what I love about you. Always on top of stuff.
Healed pretty fast though.
I feel like this dungeon hurts far less than Nooked. Outside of the bosses.
This dungeon has a lot more interruptible damage. Or
Yeah.
just dodgeable damage.
Yeah.
I feel like it hurts the tank a lot more.
Yeah.
It's more about tank damage stuff.
100% it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this dungeon.
Yeah. I do too.
I think the Dragonflight ones have grown on me. Definitely since the start of the season.
I love Academy.
Just in time for you to
I'll be
not play
super
anymore.
happy to go.
Oh, I didn't say shit about the season 2 dungeons.
You don't think the season 2 dungeons will grow on you?
Ugh.
I
Brackenhide,
don't know.
Ultimon.
Dragonite.
Oldemon,
Oldemon
I
was
don't want.
fun. I think like at the pre-patch event, but I got
I feel like
tired
it's
of it.
so long.
Yeah.
It's like 12 bosses.
I think
I have a
Brackenhide
feeling-
is going to be one of the best dungeons.
I was about
Hope
to
they
say,
rework it well.
I think Brackenhide is gonna be undertuned
Oh my
out of
God.
fear of it being overtuned. Oh shit.
Cutter hit me for
fuck.
372,000.
I think Brackenhide is gonna be undertuned out of anticipation that everybody thinks it's gonna be overtuned.
What the f-
What the fuck? We can't clear.
Ice Cutter hit me for 536,000.
Oof.
Oh,
Well, the lieutenant does an ice cutter as well. God bless.
All the dragons that look like that do.
Beam.
Tark, just tank it.
Trying.
Like I said,
It's never hit me. It's a 22, I guess, but even on 4 weeks, it's never hit me that hard.
That's so
Jesus,
much.
it's
Oh
hit
my
for
god.
100k every single ice cutter. Oh, careful, you're cutting into a guard. Kite it back.
Oh, I
I'm
cleared
around the
it.
corner.
Beam.
I'm Gritter and Vizzy.
Somebody kill this lieutenant.
I think as long as you outrange the
I'm
cutter,
trying, Captain.
you'll be okay. Jesus
Got
Christ.
him. Oh no!
What killed me? Oh, bursting killed me. My
Bursting.
God.
Yike. Oh no! Let's go. Hang on. Alright, I went invis. What do you got, Ignish?
A pleasure.
Oh, this is a brutal run back too.
How does it still have aggro on you? Hello?
I don't know.
Alright, I can kite this thing for a minute till I get greater
God,
invis
you're
back.
still going? There's a frog on my head. I'm
Don't call me a
almost
froghead.
there. Here I am.
Nice. He's right over there. He's coming
right
slowly.
over there, officer.
That one
That's the
right
one.
over there.
I want to see if there's any places that I can just jump down.
Luckily, they're really easy to slow.
Touch, touch, touch. He wants to
Yeah.
cut me.
Oh, he cutting.
Attack of opportunity.
I know that reference. I think we're gonna time this one.
It's actually still pretty close. Timer's pretty free on this. That's the vault card.
Yeah, as long as I stay at range, he actually does nothing. He just has to get in range to cast Ice Cutter. That's his only mission.
I can stop it.
No, no, no! Mine! It is
I will.
all mine! Me! Take care of them! Run. Shred you!
Oh my god.
Treasures!
Yikers on that cleave.
I
Me!
Oh.
I-
High energy. Dodge. Magic. All the power. Mine, mine, mine!
watch frontal.
Take care of them! Run. Shred you! Dodge. Magic!
PI finish.
Me! Take care of them! Slash you! Dodge. Magic! Run. Shred me! Take care of them! Dodge. Treasures! Run. Slash you! High energy.
scares me just looking at your health bar.
I have a death strike. It's ready. It's fine. Everything's fine. 8 seconds to kill it.
We got this. No. Maybe we don't got it.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Clear.
Poor Azure Blade.
Is that one vault card or?
Do not blame her.
Uh,
I should have thought
yeah,
of
just
her
get these
before.
guys.
I left. This door.
What is just one?
We don't need it for count. We just need it for
sense of
payback.
breach behind it.
Yeah.
The sunlit flame must be this way.
Okay, they actually do nothing. Keck.
Yeah, I've seen high keys where,
Yeah, I've seen them pull the whole room, and I'm like, how do you do that?
but they just
Except
like they
kite.
kite these
Keep
guys,
moving.
yeah, the whole way.
Ah! Okay, somebody give me lift off.
It's better if you go to the other side and go on the inside of the ring with Featherfall or whatever.
Featherfall. Oh god. Attacks of opportunity. Featherfall. God bless. Just a D&D game over here. There you go. You have it, Turk.
Thank you.
What about me?
Nah, pass. Do you actually need it?
Yeah, I die.
Okay,
Yeah,
I will
real
catch you.
hard.
I will catch you. I will catch.
No, it's Ignish got me.
I gave it to you. You're falling super slow now.
I remember I tried to evoke or save somebody once. It does not work.
Drop.
Really?
Like, well, like,
You can't grab him out of the air.
a rescue without a slow fall. It is too slow. By the time they're in range, they've hit the ground. It's really funny.
Hi.
Like, I was spamming the person with rescue, and then, yeah, as soon as I could use it, just like, nope, splat.
Drop.
Remember how hard this boss was at first?
Yeah, now it's like a trash mob.
Spread.
Right?
Drop.
Wait, Tark, how do you not have a circle?
Best spell in the game, buddy.
Strip just doesn't give you a circle?
AMS.
Yeah, you're just like, I don't want to do that spell. That's what AMS is. It's just, I don't want to do the spell, this spell.
Wait,
You can
that
ignore
whole-
almost everything in the whole game.
Hi.
You can ignore raid mechanics. It's absurd.
Oh, whoa.
There
Yeah,
was
there
further
was-
on
I
the.
am spam healing Ignish.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no.
And it wasn't enough.
It's okay, I'll get you.
Spread. Drop.
Yeah, like when you first had to like do the weird jump at the last second
Oh, right.
trick for
To not get a
Yeah,
tick.
it was-
yeah.
Spread.
I don't have anything.
High energy.
I got your GS on you.
You're a warlock, dude. I didn't even know you needed anything.
Get in
to
the room.
level.
After this.
High.
Whoops. I blinked a little early. My bad.
Drop. We are too late.
5.
Pitch me up. My lust is on cooldown. I used it in that
1.
fight.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
I wasn't ready.
Nice. Always
guy.
gotta be ready.
Beam.
So they really, really nerfed this fight too.
Yeah, he definitely does not have as much HP as I thought he should have.
Well, you don't get fucked by orbs anymore. Oh, these crystals.
Yeah, the orbs don't move around anymore.
Wait, what?
Wait, when did they do that?
That's been a while, but they just sit there.
That's a whole lot of bullshit. This is what? Another
Well, the orbs are definitely
just-
moving.
Well, but they're not gonna like
They don't
run
chase
after.
you,
They don't chase
Yeah, they don't
anything.
chase.
randomly move.
No.
Just kind of moving a little circle.
Yeah, that's nicer than them just absolutely chasing down and murdering your healer.
Or tank, depending on what tank you have, yeah.
Make sure you clear.
Wow, you and there.
5,
Zeph behind you.
4, 3,
Oh god, target range. Okay.
I'm gonna move.
Beam.
Oh, fuck. I didn't even see who's pointing at me. My bad.
Clear.
4, 3,
That was actually very close.
Yeah, wasn't bad.
My dear.
I'm just getting like 50 mythic rating for every single dungeon we've done so far.
Wild magic was dangerous, but he meddled with it anyway. By the time we found him, we could not stop the growth.
Oh, it's already past 10.
I
gotta go to
placed
bed.
him in stasis until I could find a proper cure. And then
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
Fucking vengeance.
I was gone.
As a little warm up,
Nice couple of
You
deep
did
leads.
what was needed and ended his suffering.
just a couple
Yeah,
of
both
quick
of those-
Guidos.
Both of those were definitely doable if we,
But once
I don't know, had
Really
it
good.
I
Oh,
was
If we
like a
had
little more
pra-
mapped out ahead of time.
If we had practiced,
Yeah,
if I
basically.
that was my first like high-end dungeon in probably a month and a half.
I don't think I've done a 22 at all this season. Like I have not pushed
No.
this high.
No, definitely not. That was, I think, tonight was like the first time was it the first time I set foot on 21? Might have been the second time.
God, I can't believe that lieutenant. Jesus.
This character is also not
Killing me
here.
through my cooldowns with just the auto attacks.
500k on a single hit. It's just like, well, all right.
Like 3 times in succession.
Yeah.
Guess I'll
That's
die.
crazy.
Ooh.
I wonder what Death Knights used to, like Death Knights do to survive those.
Stay vigilant.
Yeah, like that's
I
only
know
a
they
22,
can.
right? Like people have
Yeah.
done 27s.
Don't be a death knight. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, Death Knights.
Well,
are-
I mean, Death Knights are doing them. Like it's just.
I mean, you
could
can-
be, like, some
you can
learning.
Parry it with your rune weapon if you. I'm sure it's just having your defensive set properly.
It's yeah, and knowing like
what externals are going to be used there, right? Like, I'm sure they're not running with a holy priest for it. They're doing it with like a resto druid sticking iron bark or like a disc priest and pain sup.
You can stun
Like,
them,
just-
right?
But like I've done a 23 with a Death Knight, and it didn't phase them, and I have no idea what they did to do that.
Like if you
Was it
if you
fort
stalk
or
them grip
tyrannical?
them or something, like don't they
Either.
put it on cooldown? Or do they just spam it?
I think it puts them on cooldown because the for the cutters, I disoriented one and I knocked back one, and both of them stopped it and they didn't cast it again until like their next appointed time.
Yeah, so maybe it's just you get like you do stops until they have aggro, and then you just kite like the last half of their health or something.
No, I think Tark had it right. I'm pretty sure that it's just a matter of like somehow learning how to AoE DPS at ranged for a Death Knight to just maintain it and then just keep kiting.
Yeah,
know
like
for,
I can
like,
throw
the
down
big-
my D&D. I can Death Coil. I can like Death's Caress. I have a couple things for range that I can just keep putting a bit of damage on it for threat.
I know as a pally, that big dude that just kept hitting.
I can't
over and
carry
over
any
again.
more
I like
of those.
go in 60% DR for 10 seconds or whatever it is. Then I bubble for another little bit, and then I do my death save thing. And by that time, hopefully it's dead. Because if not, that's when I start dying.
Yeah, like my best, like defensive, like straight cut damage is 30%.
Do you have the tank trinket, Tark?
Which
double
one?
tank trinket, the Nutcud one and the raid one.
No,
either
I'm
one
using.
of them.
I'm sure I could be using better trinkets too. I'm using Horn of Valor and I'm using the Alchemist Stone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so there's a couple of things that like, if we really cared this season, we could have fine-tuned it a bit and made it easier. So definitely doable.
I find that trinkets on tanks matter so much more than DPS. Just for survivability. Like
I just
last
I don't know.
season when
Yeah.
the Bloodstone scale or whatever that thing is.
Yeah, well, that's what I
Last season,
found
yeah.
in Shadowlands. Like you had to have the right tank trinkets. This season, I haven't found that as much the case. Like, there's not one that just gives you like an absorb shield that's triple your health.
The
That
Nutcud
is
one
a very
does.
good one.
Hmm.
And it's like completely passive. You're just really tanky.
Zeph.
Which one
do
is
you-
it?
The granite one?
It's something shard. It's very similar name to like the Bloodstone.
Yeah, it
shard.
drops up granite, I think.
Well, I'll have to get a new one in season 2.
Well, that's the thing. Is in season 2, you won't be able to get a high eye level with that one.
Oh, that's right, because it's rotating out.
So is that something like maybe we should farm for you?
I don't know.
Well, you get it on
No,
M0.
there's gonna be another trinket.
There'll be another trinket, surely.
Thank you. The elements
Are we sure on that? though?
I don't think.
Go in bed.
I mean, they could, but I don't think they would screw tanks out of having to use an old season trinket.
I mean,
They-
if
I know
Shadowlands,
they would.
if
I know they would.
Shadowlands is anything to go off of, I
Well,
mean,
Shadowlands had the same dungeons, so like you just
No,
had to
there was-
refarm the same dungeons.
What was the trinket that
the
every
age-
paladin?
the Aegis was insane out of Sanctum. You, like, even in the next 2 seasons, you still wanted a mythic level Aegis because it was so fucking good.
Right.
So I haven't looked at the new dungeons to see their full loot pool to see if they have an absorb shield or like.
Yeah,
really
is that
trinket, but
Okay, so
Is
this
that
one
data out?
is, Tanking damage has a low chance to grant you a shield absorbing 85,000 K for 20 seconds and increasing your armor by 872 what the shield holds. The shield explodes when broken, dealing 1,700 physical damage split between all nearby enemies.
do you have
An exceptionally favorable wind.
what is it called?
A perfect day for a race.
Do you have Valor, Tark? Like a ton of it?
I have 4,000.
Alright, why don't we, over the next week, just run a bunch of shitty, low 10 to 15 Nutcuds? Like, I'll help you run them if you want. And we can just get you the trinket, and then you can max it out, and if it turns out like that is the best trinket still next season, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to like worry about like, oh shit, like I should have gotten one when I could have got it at a higher level, whatever, blah blah blah.
You can also, I don't know what the upgrade system next patch, but you can get it in M0 still.
But
And
can
you might be able to upgrade it like higher.
That's unconfirmed though. That's what I'm getting at. Is like all that's unconfirmed. I haven't looked at the loot table to see if there's another tank trinket in one of the new pools or the new raid.
There definitely will be a new tank trinket. It's just a matter of whether it's
Is it better? Yeah.
strong. Yeah.
I can see that the two of you will soon.
I don't even
Just
know
look
how
in the,
strong this one is.
Yeah, honestly, I read the Vengeance Discord quite a bit, and they basically say this is it's like a watered down version of the Aegis, and it's honestly not worth. Like the guys that are running the 26-27s, they aren't using this. They're using just like damage trinkets.
The other question.
Yeah, the high keys, you need the tank to have high damage too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, trying to max it again. The other thing I did want to say, like, did you want to shaman heal Turk?
I can. I'd prefer to tank, but
You prefer
if...
a tank? Then I'm gonna leave it there then.
Yeah, your shaman's a little, you're like 390 high level or something, so.
Yeah, I'm 392, 392.
Yeah, but by next season.
Oh yeah, it just needs a few weeks to get up to speed in the new season.
Yeah, like I'm happy to gear both, and I'm sure I will. It's harder for me now than it was in Dragonflight because I can't stay up. Like people are getting on at 8:30, and I have to wake up at 5 in the morning every day. So I can't be on late enough to run enough content to gear 2 tunes. You know?
Yeah.
I guess.
So I try, but it's just not as easy as it used to be.
I mean, the only reason I'll be able to do 2 tunes, even if I don't have a kid, is because I'm not really raiding.
Yeah. I have heard the new gearing system, it should be easier for alts. Like for example, the concentrated primal infusions that we had to farm for season 1, it was 10 dungeons. In season 2, it's just 5 timed 16 plus dungeons.
Oh, that will be so much nicer.
And there's
But
a lot
only-
of...
But only while you're under the eye level of your main, right?
No,
Or
that's
is it
that's
just all geared?
Yeah, that's even for your main.
Oh, that's nice.
And then like everything's half cost for flight stones and stuff. I don't know if those going to be rare, but
That's going to be 25 dungeons to upgrade 5 of your items that I already have.
yeah,
So
like, it's
there's-
just going to be a couple weeks. And you get a spark every other week, so like it's not going to be a limiting factor.
An unwieldy beast is disrupting the arcane energies. in
The
this
the thing that looks like it will be a limiting factor in the first couple of weeks is the Worm's Crest, which you get from like heroic or 11 to 15 dungeons. So it's going to be kind of weird. You're going to have to like spam low keys or 11 to 15 keys anyway to upgrade your gear.
Do you need sparks? Like if you have a 418 and it gets upgraded to 421, I know that. But do you need then a spark to go from 421 to higher? Or
Yeah.
do you just need
You need the new Shadow Flame sparks.
Ugh, lame.
But you don't need sharks and sparksmen, right? Those
No,
are-
yeah, you don't need those at all anymore.
I can just start using those for profession craft to get like the first craft stuff.
So I can't see. I don't know if like are there loot tables for the Mythic Dungeons season 2?
We know what
I
they
can't find
are.
anything.
We know what they are, so you can just look at them, right?
Yeah, I
Isn't
don't.
that how
Well,
it
I don't know
works?
if they would change. I don't know. Would they change any of the loot from the 4 returning dungeons?
I don't think so, because even in season 1, if you looked at like one of the old dungeons,
It's all the same stuff.
I think it's the same stuff.
I think the only thing we don't know, do we know the loot in the raid?
I was just seeing
Yeah.
that's the one thing we do have is the raid gear.
Honestly, I think the best bet is just to go to like the class Discord, and
Yeah.
like usually they have a bunch of this information just in the pins or something.
There. Yeah, there. It looks like there's only one tank trinket in the raid, and it's on use. It's called Enduring Dread Plate. You put 5 plates on that reduces damage taken and your movement speed, and when you take enough damage, it ruptures a plate and does like a pillar of damage.
Sounds
Which
pretty
doesn't
good.
seem. If it reduces your movement speed, though, that's not great.
Do you ever look at Raider.io and just check out what like other Death Knights are doing for Mythic Plus?
No, I probably should.
So
If anything, I usually use subcreation.
So I am constantly looking at Raider.io and just like looking at what paladins and shamans are doing, like the high-end ones.
I've also been really casual this whole season and doing like one dungeon a night, if that.
That's fair. I'm just saying.
I push 17s, not 25, so.
Yeah, I just I found that like a very good resource as like, oh, these guys are doing this. Wonder why they're doing it, and then I'll look into why they have like certain talents.
Yeah, it seems like I could get that info from subcreation. It's like the same data, pretty sure.
Yeah, maybe. I'll like. Usually, I find that subcreation and stuff like that is good for mid pack, but once you start like high end stuff, sometimes it's not at the exact same.
I mean, you can narrow it. Like the currently looking at subcreation, it's looking at the tier lists from plus 23s to plus 29s.
But
like directly on runs that people have done.
Does it also do it per dungeon?
Yeah. It's like the dungeon and based on the week. It's just that. It's just runs. It's just, yeah, data.
In terms of timing, like raid time kind of works for people. Just 8:30 to 10:30.
Yeah.
About that.
It sounds like Tark and Zeph, you guys both have to get off a little earlier, so no room to push later than 10:30.
If we're doing Mondays, I work basically whatever hours I want on Tuesdays, so I can stay up later.
I will start falling asleep around 10:30, 11.
I can push it earlier, but I don't know if anyone else is restricted. Like I know Xena's in a different time zone.
Yeah, it's tough for me to get out much earlier than 8:30. My kid goes to sleep at 8.
I'm fairly flexible.
Alright.
What is the
name
new
for like? There's Freehold. Hold on.
I'm finding it. I asked and then.
Hey everyone, Tactics here, and
pretty sure I have it up on my other window.
Okay, Netherian's Lair, Freehold, Underrot, and Vortex Pinnacle. Vortex Pinnacle?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, well, it's hype because it's the first one from like Cataclysm. It's like an older dungeon.
The worst one from Cataclysm.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know how it's been in like in testing, but I know originally some people were like, well, it's super spread out and there's like the weird flying vortexes, so how is that going to work for speedrunning when everything's all spread? And then like the triangles at the end are just awful, where you have to like somehow pull the mobs out of the triangle, but they don't move and you can't cast while you're inside of it.
Yeah, my guess is that if anything's going to be a wild card, it's going to be this Vortex Pinnacle. I think they might modify the loot table because it doesn't have a mythic loot table. It just has the heroic one from Kata.
Yeah,
so it's possible they either just straight eye level upgrade it to mythic, or they might like throw some new shit in here and be like, hey, we're going to put some other shit in here. Just like the Legion one, didn't they say they're going to add weapons to the Legion one?
Yeah, and the stat distributions and everything were different back in Kata, so they're going to have to modernize the loot. All these infos on the PTR though, a lot of content the videos. I just posted one in our chat. This tactics guy is pretty good for tanks.
Is the
M+ dungeon loot.
Is the icon the raid trinket?
Whispering Incarnate icon? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's from Council.
I still don't.
Windscar Whetstone. What the hell is that from?
Court of Stars.
Okay, every single Death Knight's using it.
It's massive.
It's straight DPS trinket, yeah.
Yeah, these are all for like plus 27, plus 29 keys. So
The only
Probably filter
talent
that out.
I'm seeing that would be like a big difference is they're taking, like I'm seeing some people take Unholy Endurance. That seems so minor.
This
What's
Heart
that?
of
What does
this
that do?
Heart of Thunder and Vortex Pinnacle might be like a weird one of those weird wonky trinkets that like only Death Knights take. It increases your max health by a ton. Which doesn't your Death Strike based off HP or is it based off burst?
It's based off how much damage I've taken.
Okay. Yeah.
But
If you haven't taken damage, it's based off your HP. There's like a minimum.
yeah,
right?
minimum 8.5% of your max health. I mean, Vampiric Blood is a pretty big cooldown that increases your health pool and your healing received, so having a bigger health pool just makes that even bigger too.
Foul Bulwark?
Is that a talent?
So yeah, I'm looking at like some 3000 IO tank and yours. You're doing a lot more talents that make it so that you have to Heart Strike, whereas they're going into Bone Shield shit. If that makes sense.
I need mana first.
I don't know enough about that.
Yeah, I honestly haven't done too much, like, making my own build. I just, like, cookie cutter took one, and that's what I'm rolling with.
Yeah,
Ooh. The Netherian's Lair has a tank trinket that is burst and it's on use. Is prevent 50% of all damage taken for 15 seconds up to the maximum. That could
Ooh.
be pretty big.
That's
1 minute cooldown. What
Let's
the fuck?
we're running that
What
over and
the
over until I
fuck?
get it.
1 minute cooldown.
Everyone roll tank spec. Fuck, none of you have a tank spec.
It's up to a maximum, but holy shit. It seems like it's
Let's get a
pretty good
Dobo in
stuff.
here as our healer so that he can roll for
The bear.
bear loot.
Yeah.
Give me the trinket.
Oh, it's got two. It's got Shard of Rakmora in here too, which is just a straight up. Well, it's absorbed a ton of damage from each attack against you up to a total. So it's like an Aegis. So it's got an Aegis trinket and a prevent 50% of all damage taken trinket in there in one dungeon.
I do not have a target.
Oh, this could be
expecting neither personal gain nor
a
glory.
big cooldown.
Can you
for
say the same?
The
As you stand there, intoxicated with the
but,
power of the Legion.
after Vampiric Blood
I
expires,
will
you
serve
absorb damage
my
equal
people,
to 5 times
the
that,
exiled
with
and the
Blood Plague,
reviled.
Journey.
I will slay you and all your
So if you
kin,
take, like,
and when I
massive,
it's so good to fight again.
Is that a talent?
Yeah.
Which
It's at the very bottom on the right.
oh, the umbilical Eternus.
Yeah.
My problem is I really need Purgatory.
Yeah, but you can still take it.
Can you take both?
Yeah.
You can make it work.
So, the
Thank you for your
you
help.
wouldn't be taking like
Your intervention
Heartbreaker,
saved my
Legion
life.
Strike, or Blood Tap.
If you intend to venture deeper, you will find
And
far
then
more terrifying things
Versus
lurking
or-
in our world.
Well, okay, so you're looking at high keys, right?
This is high keys specifically for Astral Ball.
Yeah, and in high keys you're doing giant pulls, which makes sense because Vampiric Blood's on a 1.5 minute cooldown. So I get that you do like a big pull, you pop that, you have a giant defensive. If you're pulling the way that I have to pull to live, I'm not going to have it up enough times, I don't think. I mean, maybe.
It's one of those things of when I was tanking, I found that I would do certain things so that I could live, and then I started watching some other tanks and how they did it and where they did their things. I'm like, oh, I understand now. You can use this in certain moves to surprise guys. When I like I always go back to the massive dungeon in Shadowlands. Everyone hated it, but I actually kind of
Halls of Atonement.
no. the voodoo one. What the hell is it called?
DOS.
The other
God,
side.
The other side. So when I first started taking that, absolutely no idea what the fuck was going on, and I didn't understand how paladins were going into that without a bubble, without all these other things. And then after I did it like 30 times, things just started clicking. I'm like, oh, they took these and then moved these directions. And just like, if you did these pulls in very specific ways, you would do massive damage and be able to live.
Yeah, and like hopefully we can get to that point. It's tough when you're not necessarily pugging. Even with different guild groups, you're gonna it's like you have to have a group that knows exactly what the plan is going into it, which
Oh yeah.
I guess I just haven't had that opportunity.
I mean, the only reason I get any good is because I Spanish shit or something. And yeah, this will just be a good learning curve. It's not like anyone in our guild has actually done a true push group like this before. That's the hope.
Gonna be good. We're gonna
Yeah, I'm very excited.
I'm not excited at all.
Nice.
Keeping expectations low so I don't get disappointed.
Just here for the paycheck.
I'm here for loot.
Just here to get my 20.
I'm here for the 20s. I don't have to worry about like, do I take Thursday and do Thursday's raid? Do I do Friday? Nope, I'll just get them on Monday.
I'm just really hoping that they don't force me to have to raid to be able to do that.
Yeah, the class trinkets are the only one that I'm kind of unsure about. They seem super powerful for some classes.
The primary stat? Aren't all of them just a primary stat proc and then they make you take more damage in some way?
Yeah, well, it's just how you proc it. Like some of them, like for mages, I think it's terrible.
It's AoE
like,
damage.
yeah, you have to do an AoE spell, but for warlocks, it's you have to use your main cooldown.
I mean,
Like
I read it. I read it and was like, okay, that looks shitty, but then I thought about it more. Blizzard has consistently coded some shit really weird, where you're like, wait, that procs it? Why? And it like doesn't make sense. There's certain things where I wouldn't be surprised if Ice Lance procs it when you have the one that makes splitting ice. Like that is technically an AoE spell, and I use that like every second. So I mean, if that's the case, that could be sick. But it's very much a how do they code it? What actually procs it would be what I'm most interested in.
So if I want to make some money, I should just hoard all the stuff I have until 10.1, right? Like all my herbs and all my rousings.
You hoard them,
Surely
and then
that stuff will only go up in value at the beginning.
they'll go up and they'll go up in value like day 2.
Yeah.
After all the other ones get sold out.
I'm sitting on a lot of stuff right now.
I have been sadly using so much of it.
I haven't even bothered with professions this expansion, man. The whole profession overhaul just threw me for a loop, and I was like, I ain't ready for my profession to be this complicated. And the second they were like, yeah, you won't get enough knowledge to max out your profession. I was like, okay, so now I have to like pick and choose, and there's no reroll. I was like, all right, I'm done. Like, 10.2 when you can max out a profession. Yeah, I'll be there. I'll level up my profession.
I just keep making barely enough gold to fund my WoW subscription, which is the goal.
Oh, I do not do that. I spend way too much money on shit that I need because I'm potting on cooldown in every dungeon I do.
Yeah, it's something I get better at.
I think I'm gonna start doing that. So what I did for raid, specifically just because Urk was annoying me, was I just put it on my major cooldowns. I just put that it uses those fleeting pots. I was so glad that they put in those pots with a different name, so I can have a cooldown that does fleeting pots, and then like when I go into Mythflux dungeon, it won't use anything because I don't have any.
For dungeons, though, depending on the pool, sometimes I will be using Shock and Disclosure. Like if it's a big enough pool. I'm pretty sure.
I've never seen it be worth enough. I've never seen it be worth enough.
I'm already AoE capped though. It's extremely So like our Elgathar Academy, when you pull that giant first pull with all of those things,
Yeah.
there's no way Shocking Disclosure is not heavily outweighing the other part.
I think it just depends on the class or spec, probably.
Maybe, because that also would mean that as a ranged, you would have to walk into melee.
Yeah. One thing I don't look forward to is that a mistake I made this season on my mage was I didn't maintain loot for both specs for fire and frost. And if you try to go fire with frost spec here, it's terrible. It's like abysmal. You might as well not be playing.
Fire is a lot of fun, but you have to be so like perfectly knowing the dungeon and to optimize your damage windows. 'Cause if you miss out on a couple like extra fireballs or something like that, your damage just tanks.
Assuming you meant pyroblast, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Fireball. The main spender.
Yeah. I was like every time I go fire, it's a lot of fun, but damn, do I feel like I'm not doing any damage.
I feel like I missed out too because I don't know if it'll change next season. It may not change the next season, but this season was probably the easiest fire has been since like combustion rotation has been a thing. Like it's literally just combust, and then you don't actually ever use Phoenix Flames. You don't ever use the Flame Patch. Like you don't use their AoE. It's literally just Pyroblast all the time. Single target, AoE, whatever. It's always the same thing. I was like, man, that's so easy. I wish I could have done it in this fucking expansion, this season.
You use flames when everything is about to be on cooldown, and you
But
have to know.
That's the thing, is that it never is.
No, there is a point where your combust is on cooldown and your
used to create fishing lures by extracting magic
so if it's
from
at
the
like
water
one stack,
elementals
you count
around
8
the temple.
and you're just
Would
at the
you
end of the
collect
combustion,
some
then you can
for
use
us?
Oh, like, yeah, in rare edge cases where you have absolutely nothing to use Sphinx Flames. But, like, during a combustion and stuff, if you have all the haste that, like, in-game items give you, you never run out of Fire Blast.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that.
So it was like arguably the easiest that Fire's been for a while, and I should have like geared for it, but I was like, yeah, I'll just go with the Titan True Frost, and I probably should have done Fire to get better at it.
Wonder, does for dungeons, do you ever change specs, or are you always? I don't know enough about warlocks either. Is it always like one spec heavily outweighs everything else?
For high keys in this season, it's been Destro has been better. At least recently, Destro has been better than everything else. But I play all 3 specs, and I'm gonna play the best spec for the dungeon.
Which one do you prefer?
Demo's my favorite of the 3, but it's also the worst in M+ because their kick is 30-second cooldown, and it's also a stun, so like it's not really a ranged kick.
What's the one that has the rain of fire that was Shadowlands like best?
Destro.
That's Destro, yeah. That's what I was playing in both the dungeons today.
I guess I didn't use any fire, rain.
Yeah, it's the only spec that has that one. I like Warlocks because your specs are all like very, very different, and you know, like one is all dots, one's like pets, one is your traditional spellcaster type thing, right? Yeah. With chaos bolts and rain of fire. I like that. I feel like mage far too often could be really like watered down to the same thing for all the specs, just the effects are different. You're still just a spellcaster all the way through. And like warrior, it's like you have 2 swords. Oh, now you have 1 sword. Like everything else more or less the same. Whereas warlock, like it's completely different visual. Like pets, spells, dots. Like that's cool.
Yeah. Mages have that too. Got 3 different colors.
3 different colors, yeah. That's what I'm getting at though. It's like, yes, they play different, and yes, the damage is different, but like the actual look of it all is just all spells, just different color spells.
Yeah, I tried different classes. Like I tried mage, just to see if I could get into it because it's so much better in M+ traditionally, and it's just like I can't do it. I just like Warlock way too much.
See, I disagree. I always think that Warlocks, they don't bring anything specific. They bring the beer and those cookies add so much. Like, I am constantly finding that is just
Well, here recently, the D-Curse has been playing a little bit of a part in some, like, temple and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah, the dispel's good. It's good for, I think there's a dungeon next season as well, you need double dispel.
Yeah, so like that's
But also,
nice too.
so that utility though is not on Demo because it forces you to have a specific pet, where Demo you would lose like 30% of your damage or something.
What,
understand now.
since we are looking for a healer, what?
You must find Kotalos. You must put a stop to this.
I don't think we'll know that till the season starts shaping out and like people are getting raid items and everybody's got their 4 set and whatnot.
True, but based
Priests
on
are always solid, right?
What was your
priests are
question?
solid.
Usually.
Zeph?
Like, out of all the healers that you can choose from, like, which one do you guys find that you're like, oh yeah, if this is a good one of these, this is what I want every time?
I'd have to say, just based off trends, I would say that I know this season they weren't that great, but Resto Shamans were probably a safe bet because they bring so
They do
much.
so much damage too, right?
They bring damage. They bring AoE stops. They bring CC breaks. Like they bring everything.
Bring a toolkit. They bring all the
Yeah.
interrupts.
Huge CD reduction with the Spirit Link. Like they are, in my opinion, probably like supposed to be the best Mythic Plus healer. It's just they get shafted by numbers.
Assuming their HPS is good enough.
Right.
And it is
Right.
now, but damn, at the beginning of Dragonflight did it suck.
So I would say Resto Shamans in a good spot would be the best. Now, what do I predict next season? My guess is that priests are going to be up there and they're going to be fine. My guess, based on what Adobo talks about, the druid looks pretty solid. Other than that, I don't know.
So you do
I mean,
need
if
a
we're looking-
disease dispel for a lot of the dungeons, which I think
Oh,
is
true.
I have
priest
that.
and
Or no, sorry, I don't have disease, but I have poisons.
I think it's priest and paladin that do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like especially if we're looking for like a guildie or a friend or whatever, like whoever's gonna play their class best is better than,
Oh,
you know, because like we're not putting out like an open call for like, oh, the best priest, the best druid.
No, I'm not saying we'll do that. I'm just
Yeah, I know.
Just asking.
If it's like, oh, monks turn out to be the best, okay, we have to find a monk. Well, if someone like switches to play a monk, but they're not going to play it as well as they would play a shaman or a
I
druid.
mean, if we were gonna do that, we would all like go whatever best. Like,
Yeah.
we would have to have a rogue. We would have to have probably a pally tank. Though I do find that Death Knights and Paladins are usually the top two.
Man, I know that DKs can be squishy, but fuck the utility of Death Grip.
Yeah, it's so strong.
DKs are so much better at making the dungeon easier for everyone.
Oh,
to just,
they're
like,
lazy fucks. They're like, I'm just gonna make this dungeon mine instead of having to do whatever you want me to do.
Paladins are like, I'm just gonna make the healer useless right now.
Yeah, no, yeah. Like any class is gonna be fine for
Monks
what we're
is
trying to do, I think.
Monk is the one class where if you are a god tier monk, I don't know what is happening, but somehow you are doing more damage than everybody else and not taking any damage. But no one is ever like that.
Oh, like brewmasters?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't get how they do it.
I've never
run
never
with
played
high
this
ones.
spec.
I've run with them before, like on high ones, and they casually go up, they never take damage, and they're doing ungodly amounts. And I do not understand it. And then there's bears.
Swipe.
They were very, very
Swipe,
sad
swipe, swipe,
this
swipe,
season.
swipe. Swipe. Swipe.
Liz has been pretty good about like dynamically balancing stuff too.
I feel like yes, but not with theirs this year season.
Oh, yeah, definitely not.
Have you seen a single one? Like, I have not seen.
They've been
one.
giving Kitty love. Like feral druids are in every single MDI team. It's unheard of.
because they're all like they're such a niche case that you have to be pulling like half the dungeon in one pull for them to like clearly outshine.
Every single MDI team had an unholy DK and a feral druid.
Yeah, based around them 2-minute talents, baby. I mean, Failed Druid in Mythic Plus was really good. The problem was what the problem always is, which is like they do decent or even really good damage, but they don't bring anything.
Right, just damage.
Yeah, they are a little better where like they have an AoE interrupt, but it requires them to cast 2 spells.
Oh no.
Like it requires them to put the vortex down and then do their pushback so that everything gets pushed back and then warped back to the vortex, so they're all stacked up. But
Oh yeah, no thank you.
Yeah, 2 GCDs to do something that like Death Knight's doing 1 and more damage. So it's stupid. But
I worry that Blizzard is making enhancement shaman just absolute shit with what they're doing with the tier set.
I gotta go to bed, you guys. You have a good night. Good luck.
Yeah, good
If
stuff.
Ellie like pulls out ahead, I might have to just switch to Ret.
Do it.
I can't. I've tried Ellie Shaman. I just don't understand how it works.
It's so good. It's so much fun.
I'm not saying it's not fun. I just don't understand it. Hakili just doesn't work for it.
Oh, you run around. You shock everything. You put your dots up. You run around casting chain lightning. It's great.
Maybe I could try it again, but we'll see. We'll see. I at least, if anything, will have Ret. Ret right now is bonkers, even though they've moved it several times. But have you read what the enhancement shaman tier set is?
I don't know anything about enhancement shamans.
Do you know what Sundering is on enhancement shaman?
I couldn't name a single spell except flame shock.
Okay, enhancement shaman.
Does enhancement even have flame shock? I don't know.
Yeah.
Lava lash. They have that. That's all I know.
So Sundering is a 45-second cooldown that I hit because it interrupts everything. Sorry, it doesn't interrupt everything. It displaces them somehow. Anyway, it interrupts everything in like a line ahead of you and does damage to them all. And basically, you just hit on cooldown. You don't like try to time it or anything like that.
Okay.
It's just a button you press and it interrupts just passively type of thing.
Sure.
Except for now, they are making the entire tier set based off of if you sundering certain amount of enemies, you get blank. If you sunder it, like it's all based off of this one ability that up until now I just have never had to think about other than press it when it's up.
Huh. That is interesting.
I don't like it, but we'll see. We'll see.
All right. That was fun tonight.
Yeah, it was. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Good night.
See you all later.
Bye, guys.
Instead of a magic damage will be mitigated by armor. Upside is that it's potentially uncapped, so it could be very, very good in a certain target count. But I'm not too optimistic just looking at this for now, that this trinket's going to be too good for a tank spec. But who knows? Could be very, really strong based on tuning. So we'll have to wait and see. Now, offensive trinkets done. Let's talk about defensive trinkets. Again, I'm going to start with the raid trinkets. So off the first boss, we have the Enduring Dreadplate. You cover yourself with 5 plates. Basically, you get 5 stacks. And then each stack reduces your damage taken by an amount and also your move speed. So you are a little slower. And these last for 15 seconds. If you take a big hit, it'll destroy one of the plates. And then that destruction of the plate will shoot Shadow Flame damage at enemies in front of you uncapped, And then notably that this can only happen every 2 seconds, so you can't just chain lose all your plates. So that's actually good defensively for the trinket, because you'll maintain those stacks at minimum for 10 seconds if you're constantly taking those bigger sized hits. In general, I actually don't think this trinket is too bad. I need to do some more testing with it, but I was kind of optimistic about this trinket, especially because it does the uncapped damage. It's a really low number is the problem. Like that 13,768 Shadow Flame damage, that's a really low number. It is uncapped, but it just didn't feel like it was hitting too hard. But it does still have a decent amount of defensive value from those plates, assuming you're able to, hold on to those plates for a little amount of time. So it's not bad. I'm not writing this trinket off just yet. I still want to do some testing on it, but it definitely seems interesting. It's also on a 2-minute cooldown. I don't know if I mentioned that, but interesting here from the first boss. So it should be accessible for a lot of people too, since it does drop early on in the raid, maybe even accessible to a lot of people on Mythic that other trinkets wouldn't be. Moving on, we have the Ward of Faceless Ire. This is from Neltharion. This is a trinket that can drop for anyone, and basically it has a 2-minute cooldown on use where you can put a big absorb shield on